All right, let's get right into it. If you're a contractor, you know your craftsmanship speaks for itself. But the real question is, how do you get Google to speak for you? Today, we're going to break down the technical side of things, the crucial signals you need to send to build Google's trust so it starts sending you business. This quote hits home for so many skilled contractors. You do incredible work, you've maybe even paid for a great-looking website, but the phone just isn't ringing from online searches. Why? Because a pretty website isn't nearly enough. You have to actively prove to Google that you are a legitimate, stable, local business it can trust.
Think about it this way. Google is putting its own reputation on the line every time someone searches. If it sends a homeowner to a business that has confusing or conflicting info online, Google looks bad. So its algorithm is, well, it's cautious. It's constantly looking for proof, for consistency, for signals that your business is the real deal. And that's exactly what we're going to give it.
So, how do we start building that trust? Well, first up, we have to learn to speak Google's language. And that means getting a handle on something called schema markup. Now, I know it sounds super technical, but trust me, the idea behind it is actually really simple. Schema markup is basically a special vocabulary that you add to your website's code. It's like a translator. So instead of just having the word plumber on your site and hoping Google figures it out, you use this code to tell Google's robots, hey, this is a local business. Its specific trade is plumbing. It is located at this address, and these are the hours. There's absolutely no room for confusion. And the difference is just night and day. Without schema, Google is basically guessing. It sees a bunch of words, plumber, Dallas, emergency, and it's trying to piece together a puzzle. But with schema, it's not a puzzle at all. You've just handed Google a perfectly organized, neatly labeled digital business card. Honestly, this is the best analogy. Putting schema on your site is the digital version of walking into the city office and showing them your official business license. It just cuts through all the noise and proves who you are, what you do, and where you do it. It's a huge, immediate trust signal. Okay, so we've clearly told Google who we are in a language it understands. Awesome. Now we have to make sure that story is the exact same everywhere else on the internet. And this brings us to the NAP consistency test, where paying attention to the tiny details is your secret weapon. It all comes down to these three simple letters, but they are the absolute bedrock of trust for local SEO. NAP. Getting this right is completely non-negotiable, and it stands for your business name, address, and phone number. This is your digital fingerprint. If Google sees one version of your address on your website, but then a slightly different one on your Facebook page, boom, red flags go up. It creates doubt. It makes the algorithm wonder, wait, is this even the same company? Is it a real business? Consistency is everything here. And look, these are the exact kinds of little mistakes that can chip away at Google's trust. For example, if your legal business name is Smith Plumbing, don't go adding LLC to it on some directories. And this is a big one. Is it street or street? It seems so small, but to an algorithm, those are different. You need to pick one single official format for your name, address, and phone number, and then use it everywhere, no exceptions. So, where do you need to look? Well, here's your checklist. Start with your own website. Make sure the NAP in your header, your footer, and your contact page is perfect. Then, you gotta audit the big players. Your Google Business Profile, Facebook, Yelp, the BBB, Angie, all those major directories. It's time to get your story straight across the whole web. All right, we've told Google who we are with schema, and we've proven our identity is consistent everywhere with our NAP. Now for the final step in this phase, we need to literally put our business on the map, making our physical location crystal clear. And the best part about this, it is so easy. You don't need to be a coding genius, I promise. You literally just go to Google Maps, find your business listing, click the share button, and then choose Embed a Map. Google gives you the exact code you need. You just copy it and paste it right onto your contact page. The whole thing takes, maybe 2 minutes? This step is just so powerful because it creates a direct, undeniable link between your website and your verified Google Business Profile. You're not just typing out an address anymore. You're showing an interactive, Google-verified map that screams, yep, we are exactly right here. It's the ultimate confirmation of your location. Okay, so we've just talked about schema and NAP consistency and embedding maps, and you might be thinking, this feels like a lot of small, picky, technical details. So why does any of this really, truly matter for your business?
because every single one of these details is another brick in the foundation of trust you're building with Google. Each correct detail, each consistent listing, each little piece of clean code tells that algorithm, this business is legit, this business is reliable, this is a safe bet to recommend to our users. And when Google feels confident in you, that's when it sends you what you actually want, qualified homeowners in your service area who are ready to hire.
And that, right there, is the perfect way to sum all this up. Earning Google's trust is really no different than earning a homeowner's trust. It's all about being clear, being consistent, and being professional. You prove your reliability with great work in the real world. Now you just need to prove it with your data online. So the only question left is, what is your digital first impression telling Google about you right now?